Hi, welcome back to Name That Stitch. I'm Libby Lehman, your host, and I have been seeing stars in my eyes. These are some of the decorative stitches on my machine. Now your machine may have slightly different variations of this, but I want to show you a particular use that I have come up with for this little star or rosette type pattern. And I call this a compass star. If you'll come to the board, I'll show you this, and then we'll come back and do it at the machine. I want to show you a little sample quilt I did using my sheer ribbon illusion technique. Now the ribbon is done just with a straight stitch. We covered that in our first episode. But after I had finished this quilt, there were just a lot of kind of vacant spaces that needed filling. So I decided to use what I call a compass star. Can you see that I have used a single motif from one of my decorative stitches? And in the center here, I wanted this one to be more dominant. So I picked a little denser stitch and I used the triple stitch. This is another stitch we've covered in our series to do the stitches between the elements. And I sew north and south, east and west, and then the diagonals. On the outside, I didn't want it to be quite as obvious, so I stitched to more of a line asterisk or star pattern, and I just did the triple stitch. The one up here, I keep calling this a triple stitch. It's actually a double triple. This is 6 passes of thread. The one down here is 3. You could also use just a straight stitch, but sometimes that doesn't show enough. So I want to show you how to make these little stars in case you need to fill in something on your quilt. Let's go back to the machine. Now, you can use your imagination to pick what stitch you want at the top of these stars. You can use an actual star. This one's kind of coming loose, but you get the idea. You can use something very simple. This is the one I used. On my machine, it came up at a width of 6, and I just made it a width of 9 and made it a little longer in my pattern to get more of a design there. I start by drawing the compass points. And I did this with a dark pen so that you would be able to see it in the slides. I would do it in something, either a marker that's going to disappear or a very soft pencil line. You really don't want this to show. And I don't care which one of these you start on. I'm going to go with that little, let's see, I think I will do the little star that's 9. I liked that one. Now, here's something for my decorative stitches. My machine has a securing stitch on it. If yours doesn't, you can go to your basic straight stitch and set up a short stitch length and simply draw your bobbin thread up. I like to do that so it doesn't get all tangled up. Put it here and then just sew backwards. Most people have a reverse button on your machine. I'm just going to sew backwards to kind of secure that stitch. Now I'm ready to do the little star. So let's go to that one. And I'm going to stitch one element. And I don't cut these threads until I'm sure that this is really secured. Get this a little further along. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. You can always come back and clip these threads. But I like to clip them while the needle is away from the thread so I don't cut the wrong thread. Clip those. And now we'll finish the element. I have on my single element button, so it's going to stop automatically at the end of the element. Do you see that? Now I can choose my triple stitch, my double triple stitch. Let's do the double triple stitch. And you can see that it will go, and I'm just going to do this till I get to the other end. And then when I'm ready to do another one, I'll come back to that element and do a single little star. And now once that's done, I'm going to raise the needle, raise the foot, and I will do, I don't know why, I like doing east, west, and north, south. Doesn't really matter, I don't guess. I'm going to do another little star. I want to make sure I have a thread that's loose between these stars. And now I'm going back to that double triple stitch, or hemming stitch. Oh, no I'm not. I didn't push the button. Sorry. We'll have a little extra twinkle on that one. And now I want to do another star. It does help if you push the right button. And once I've done that one, and that is finished, then I could, of course, come in and do the remainder. But I think you get the idea here. Now, on some of these, I wanted bigger stars. Oh, wait. I wanted to show you. I showed in the last episode, but some of you may have missed it. The way I secure these is I trim the thread on the front side, and then I'm going to come and I'm going to flip this over. Let me cut this one as well. And here's the thread on the back. If I just tug on this, pretty much always it will just come, the top thread will come to the back side. And let me do it on this other one over here. I'll pull on that. And I can pull that. Now, here's my tip. I do not cut this bobbin thread. If you don't cut the bobbin thread, it won't come back to the other side. I also leave a pretty good tail of the top thread. You might want to cut it off to about 1/2 inch or maybe 1/4. But if I trim this right next to that, then it can work its way back to the other side. This is the back of my quilt top. This is stabilizer. I don't care who sees that. What I want them to see is a lovely star on the front. And here's one I have done that's even bigger. In this case, I used a little leaf motif, and then I did a narrow satin stitch. This is a width of about 1.5 to do that line. And you can create stars all over your quilts now that you know how. Bye, and I'll see you next time on Name That Stitch.